So hopefully you're back with the book in your hand, or maybe you're still deciding between a few. Now, after you choose a book, think, am I excited to read this book? Can I read this book by myself? Now, hopefully after that last activity, you've found a book that aligns with your interests and you're excited to read it. But also make sure that you can read this book by yourself. You don't want to choose a book that is too hard or too easy. You want to choose a book that is just right. Okay, so maybe talk with your teacher or the librarian to review your reading level, and make sure that this is a book that you can read independently, but also one that challenges you to learn something new. If you're able to check yes to both of these questions, then you have found your just right book. Write the name of the book you have chosen. Now, you will only choose one book for the rest of this assignment, but I've actually chosen 2 books to show you how we might have to think differently about different kinds of books. The first book I've chosen is Fly Guy versus the Fly Swatter by Ted Arnold. Now, if you remember, I liked books that were funny, and some of my interests were laughing and being entertained. And I know that Fly Guy, a series book, is usually pretty funny and makes me laugh. Now, since Fly Guy is a made-up character, I know that this is a fictional book. Now ask questions. Now this is where we talked about switching on our old learning. I can ask, what do I already know about this topic? What do I think will happen? What do I think I will learn? What has the author written about before? Or I challenge you to come up with your own question and answer it. Now try to answer at least 2 of these questions. So for Fly Guy versus the Fly Swatter, I've previewed the text and I've flipped through some of the pages, and I see these hilarious pictures of Fly Guy wreaking havoc at some kind of factory. So under this question, what do I think will happen? I'm going to write, maybe Fly Guy gets in trouble at the factory. And under this question, what has the author written about before? I'm going to write, the adventures of Fly Guy and his friend Buzz. Oops, I almost forgot to write in the name of my title. So now let's look at a different type of book. This book is part of the Georgia My State Habitats, and this one is about the marsh and swamp in the state of Georgia. Now, if you remember from the last video, I enjoy reading about nature and the state of Georgia, and I also like traveling and being outside, so I'm actually pretty excited to read this book. And unlike Fly Guy, this book is about something real. It has real facts about real places, so therefore this book is informational. So I'm going to pick at least 2 questions to answer again. Now, I live pretty close to marshes and swamps, and I've seen many birds and reptiles and large trees around those areas. So under this question, what do I already know about this topic? I'm going to write, many plants and animals live in the marsh and swamp. So I know that marshes and swamps are sort of different, but I'm not exactly sure how they're different. So under this question, what do I think I will learn? I'm going to write the difference between a marsh and a swamp. Once you fill in page 2 and page 3 of your travel journal, you are done preparing for your reading adventure. Now test your knowledge on this section by taking the following quiz. Then you're ready for your next lesson.